Those of you wondering about the format for this epic match that we're going to be having, basically the way that it works out, since MaNa came from the upper bracket, he has a natural one map advantage. The map that he chose escapes me off the top of my head. I think it was Similar Crumb, which was actually souL's pick. So basically souL got to pick what map MaNa had the default win on. And then the next 6 maps will be... So like a best of 7, we'll go through all 7 maps if it gets there, and then the players each got to pick one map, which they would play as 8 and 9, respectively. So, enough of that. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map, he took down souLer. It's souL. The one true souL.
I'm a believer at this point. And then top left, he's been around a while. It is MaNa. Players we were talking about, right? 20 years of experience in Brood War and Starcraft. Starcraft overall.
Yeah. So I was kind of curious, since I know MaNa and souL were both in the original Afreeca world, so it's very fitting to have them as our finalists today for our 50th event. I think that's really cool to have. souL does have the winning record in Afreeca world against MaNa. So that's something to keep in mind. However, a best of 9 all these years later is definitely something that you can approach with a clean slate. souL, of course, might be a little bit fatigued, though, from his past series. Oh, Probe actually goes down.
All right. That's pretty good. Marine comes up, saves the day.
Probe was leaving based on standard Reaper timing. However, a Marine pops out sooner. And so, unlucky day for the Probe.
Robotics Bay coming in. Gonna see them. Colossus would be my guess. As
MaNa,
you traditionally do in PvT these days.
Yeah, MaNa does like his Colossus. Really, every Protoss should like their Colossus.
Yes. For a while, their Colossus kind of fell out of favor, but...
Yeah, I was always a believer in them, though. Even when they weren't that good.
Oh, crap. Wait, what? Did he cancel that out of habit?
He did, I guess. Didn't want to commit the Adept, seeing as how 2 Hellions are about to pop out.
I guess he got more of a scout than he normally would, and then just bailed.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
he
good.
saw everything.
Right.
He knows 2 Hellions are coming out. Wall off going for MaNa. In order to keep those pesky Hellions out of his base. And an Observer after that. So far, a pretty conservative play from the Protoss. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Warp Prism next, seeing as how he is just building like a fair few Adepts and Gateway units. Might try and put a little bit of light pressure on souL, who is going to be going for a Hellion drop most likely.
I like it. I like a Hellion drop against Zerg. I like it against Protoss.
Look at this. It's actually going to be a Marine drop with the Hellions running across the map. And I think the Observer just missed the... first
sees the
catch.
Hellions.
Yeah, I saw the tail end. I'm not sure if he saw the main run. And oh, look at this. I think souL's actually just going to try and bust this in a sense. Unload the Marines at the front, then break the Hellions in. We'll see if that's going to work out. I'm not sure if that'll be the case or not. As MaNa can always warp in a sentry or something else. souL is going to work away on this pylon, though. MaNa cancels it. Hellions are getting elevated into the main base. Probes are going to have to start running, but here we go. Hellions starting to barbecue some of these probes up. Currently 4 have fallen. souL looking for as much damage as possible. 9, 10 probes in all.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage this early in the game. 14! And another hit? No, not able to get any more, but 14 is a good enough number for now. I'd say that was a great success for souL.
Yeah, a great success indeed. MaNa knocked down to measly 23 workers. He's getting some counter damage done with his Stalkers and Prism. However, a Viking and a Siege tank out should be enough to help shoot that away. souL does lose the Viking. which is a little bit painful. All right, MaNa gonna just be looking for some counter pressure. Essentially a counter all in as he took so much damage. Medivac that's coming back for souL is gonna spot this and basically say, ruh-roh, but here we are. MaNa looking to put the pressure on versus 2 siege tanks. Depth shade into the main. Stalker's being elevated with that prism there, so suddenly there's a formidable force here.
Pulling the SCVs, trying to help with this. Warp Prism still around. Marines have not focused it down yet. Worried too much about the Stalkers, possibly. They do chase the Warp Prism away, though. Zealots in the mix, really annoying to take down. Supply Depot going to get killed here as well. Tanks are popping, and that might be indication it's time to get out. Not if I have anything to say about it, says the says the Disruptor. Warp Prism finally goes down, and that's the end of the aggression.
Yeah, MaNa having a bit of a tough go of it there. Losing pretty much all of his army there, losing the Prism, the Disruptor. That hurts. Nice use of the Medivac there, picking off the one Stalker out on the map. souL's got to face against a Disruptor here, but that really is all there is for MaNa. Good pickup.
Great pickup. Great pickup on the other side, too. This is good stuff. Good micro on display. Disruptor shots, taking out 2 of those tanks. That was a good hit. Marines trying to get rid of these Zealots that are just so tanky, but eventually they do go down. Continuing to pressure this Nexus. It's almost it. I think it's done. There's not enough to save it here. Abandoning the base. It does explode. Well done, souL.
Yeah, nicely done indeed by the Terran player, getting that Nexus, really solidifying his lead. Of course, Disruptors are always going to be a worry for the Terran to deal with, but definitely has himself a nice lead at this point in the game.
Warp Prisms, shenanigans again. Down. This really efficient play out of these Warp Prisms.
Mm-hmm. Even a Zealot warping in here to continue the harassment. A single Zealot is going to be a bit of a challenge to deal with. The Prism, of course, loaded with lethal Disruptors.
Zealots take so long to kill. Good grief. All right. Gravitic Drive wrapping up here. Loving that upgrade. You don't see it a lot.
Oh! MaNa showing us exactly how the Disruptor is the comeback unit, really taking the wind out of souL's push right now. Stimpack did just finish up, 1-1 did just finish up, so souL has a lot more micro ability against these units now.
Coming on in, he wants to take that Nexus down for the second time today. Tank fire.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
Oh. Bit of an abrupt ending there.
Yeah, MaNa attempting to unwarp in some Zealots that get owned by the tanks, and then the Disruptors themselves fall as well. So, we will get on into map number 2, which is going to be Eternal. Eternal Empire. And we've got ourselves a tied score here.
Yeah, certainly do. MaNa, his advantage is gone. We're back like we're starting over in this best of series.
Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, it's a best of 7.
Yeah, just like that.
Away we go.
Eternal Empire.
All right. It's a best of 9. Tied 1-1 in the top right-hand side of the map. We've got Liquid's MaNa.
And in the bottom left, he's blue, he's Terran, he's souL.
Really cool build from souL in that game. With the dedicated Hellion aggression. Might be something that I'll have to try on the ladder. Something like that. Gateway expand for the Protoss.
As is tradition.
Sometimes they go Cybercore when they're a little more afraid of Reapers.
True fact. Could do.
Oh, and it actually is a Cybercore for MaNa.
Hey.
Let me tell you, I love Afreeca World because it shows me... It just gives me, like, a good reason just to sit down and pay attention to what the pros are doing.
For sure. Close attention.
Because on my own, I'd rather just, like, sit back and ladder myself. But it does give me much-needed, like, insight to what the pros are doing, how they're walling, paying attention to how MaNa's walling against the Reaper. souL's being a bit of a pain with his SCV, trying to get up a bunker, but not meant to be.
Scouted right out, no problem. Stargate coming up for MaNa now.
Stargate for MaNa, likely factory for souL soon. Oh. Sneaky Reaper. Oh, is it just going to chill out at the back here? Yes, it is, but the probe's going to give it away.
Here in the shadows.
Reaper tries to get the probe there, not successfully. Showing us that the probe who gave the Reaper away, that snitches get stitches, but the probe survives.
Starport about to finish up here from souL. Making a Viking, first of all, to deal with any possible Warp Prism or Oracle harass. Reaper comes in, gets a pretty good scout, considering it was defended.
Yeah, spots the Robo. Makes me wonder if this is going to be that Phoenix Colossus style coming from the Protoss. Throwing up a Robo while building up a Phoenix count could be a telltale sign of that. Although while souL, building Cyclones and Vikings, could be going for one of those pushes that he went for against Estrella to kill his third base, when Estrella was also going for Phoenix Colossus.
Truth. souL, unsurprisingly, going for yet another command center here at 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, it looks just like macro coming from the Terran player. Double eBay. Getting up his production and everything. souL showing us that no matter what race he's playing against, he is willing to give us that longer macro game.
Yeah, give us that macro style. Just expand whenever he feels like it. Taking risks, making it happen.
You know what I was actually thinking about this tournament? We haven't had a single mirror match.
Oh, yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, not a single one with 8 players. Maybe that's why this has been such a great tournament. Not that mirror matches are bad or anything, but I think everyone does usually prefer the cross matches. Phoenix Colossus is well on the way for the Protoss player. MaNa building up a high Phoenix count, basically to prevent Vikings being a threat to them.
And the extended thermal lance is almost done, which is nice. Anytime you see a Protoss kind of caught out in an engagement with Colossus with no range, it just feels awkward, and I'm sure they hate it. So having that range done before anything really major happens is the weight off of MaNa's mind.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be, seeing as how they have like the one higher base range now. Before it was just they had like the same range as like a Marauder or whatever, and that did not go well for Colossus.
No. Concussive shells on the way, really good. Again, great upgrade. You want to get that. You can kind of almost skip it against Zerg.
Yeah.
Just because it works on roaches and pretty much nothing else.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on Ravagers or Queens or Lings or Banelings or Ultras.
Doesn't it? I thought it worked on everything.
It doesn't work. Only works on Armored.
Really? Concussive? I know they get their bonus just versus Armored, but I thought Concussive works on everything.
What is the slow?
It's just that the Lings are so quick it doesn't really matter, and
doesn't affect them as much. I know it doesn't affect Ultras specifically.
yeah,
because
it doesn't
of
affect
their...
Ultras, but I thought everything else it does just is kind of minimal. MaNa realizing that he's got this nice army here that's able to bully the Terran away.
That's what I'm thinking. Massive units aren't affected by it.
souL looking for some harassment. Widowmine's going to be heading towards the third base of the Protoss player. Phoenix, though, in mass, very good at defending against Widowmine drops. We are just seeing souL go ham on the Vikings, though, in retaliation to this, getting his +1 ship weapons. There's a chance that souL might just be able to out-air produce MaNa, and if you went out in the air battle versus Phoenix Colossus, the Protoss is left with essentially nothing.
Which we've seen.
We have, yeah. souL is moving out with his Vikings, though. He definitely doesn't want to show his hand too soon. Otherwise, MaNa will be like, right, I need a lot more Phoenix or whatever.
Yeah.
But he is building 4 at a time. And off the back of his good economy, he can definitely make a fair few. MaNa, though, already on 4 bases himself. Disruptor on the way, too. souL getting up a Ghost Academy is good to see. That was actually going to be my next statement. That EMP, very good versus Phoenix and Colossus. Really just good versus any Protoss composition. So the chance that he just makes like a ton of Vikings and EMPs his opponent's Phoenix, he can definitely win an air battle if that's the case. And as a matter of fact, he might just be able to win an air battle now. It's currently 14 Vikings to only 8 Phoenix. MaNa has had to warp in some Stalkers to make sure that the Vikings don't just A-move across the map and kill everything.
I know. This is crazy. So Zealot comes in, sees all the Vikings. And I'm sure MaNa's like, well, thanks for hanging out, Colossus. It was nice knowing you.
This is something as far as the Viking army goes. 2-2 about to finish up for souL. So he has a slight upgrade lead. He's getting that enhanced shockwave, and he's going to have about, I think it's like 4 or 5 ghosts, or okay, 3 ghosts in a second here. And once those are across the map, like, there's a chance that he's just going to take an engagement and just bop MaNa. I mean, like, this is quite the army for souL with a couple of EMPs to back it up. Like, you usually think as Protoss having, like, a very scary late-game army, which MaNa does. He's got disruptors and such in this composition, but if souL just goes for it, there's a chance he's able to just roll MaNa.
It looks like he has the perfect composition. I really don't know why this wouldn't go perfectly for him.
I mean, there's a chance that, like, it'll fail with, like, disruptors, but MaNa even moving out on the map, maybe. Like, this would be perfect for souL's opportunity. This Protoss could be overconfident here. The Phoenix, like, are just not going to be able to do too much, and there is plenty of Vikings here for souL, even Liberators getting added into the mix. You want to be careful right now if you are MaNa. There's ghosts out. Like, this is basically having the help of the Protoss army. There's one EMP going down.
You do have to dodge Novas here, so you can't just charge in here.
souL might think otherwise.
That one. Yeah, he's being cautious.
Yeah.
Vikings are getting shots off on everything that gets within range, which is substantial.
Colossus gone. Other Colossus
Oh my
gone.
gosh, they can one volley Colossus.
Now they're just kiting the Phoenix. The disruptors are moving forward. Gonna pick off the sensor tower, but even they take a shot or two, so really there's not that many disruptors, and EMP hits the ground force. Like, souL's army is just gonna win out here. MaNa's is kind of falling apart in a sense. The Vikings once again get another Colossus.
The Viking group still intimidating, still pushing back. That Colossus is dead. There's really nothing to save it here at all. And yeah, MaNa's done making Colossus for this game, I think.
souL, nuke on the way. Okay.
That's interesting. When's the last time we saw nuke versus Protoss?
I mean, sometimes we see Terrans try and get there, but there usually isn't that many that get off. I mean, if there's a Terran who's going to do it, though, successfully, I think it's going to be souL. Lots of DTs out for the Protoss player. EMPs them, souL sees them without even actually seeing them. Very impressive play.
Liberator count kind of insane right now. Shield batteries no match for this bio on the ground. EMP tossed down on all of those. Massive EMP hit there. That was great.
souL queuing up his first nuke.
Sneaky ghost.
Looks like the Vikings facing off versus the Phoenix doing alright for themselves. The Liberators.
Yeah, mostly trying to get rid of the Liberators here, not so much worried.
15
Did that-
probes.
Oh my gosh, that landed. I thought for sure there was no way.
Another nuke on the right-hand side. This is actually
MaNa?
way harder for the Protoss to deal with than a Zerg. As,
Yeah.
The Protoss needs observers in position. Another nuke going
Or
off. MaNa
cannons, I guess.
dodges it.
Zealots should really be in that mineral line. Actually, you know what? MaNa is making more Colossus. Why not? Go figure.
Yeah, I don't even know what MaNa can really make at this point. souL's just made like a perfect composition. The bunker.
Bunker helping.
Yep, and MaNa loses a base. He gets nuked critically on another one. The Ghost's not even really being cleaned on up. And the Protoss player's army has fallen, his supply has fallen, and this is just looking really good for souL this game.
MaNa kind of pushing back here. He's down pretty much every metric, but still chasing, killing medevacs is nice. souL's reinforcements are going to change the equation here, though. Liberators just wrecking these Phoenix and the Colossus are no match for this either. Setting up in defender mode circles, I think it would have been better. I guess the Colossus are down anyway because the Vikings exist. 174 to 95 supply for souL right now. We are just downhilling it for the Protoss.
Yeah, it's It's not a good spot at all for MaNa. He's warped in some stalkers, but souL's just a macro machine. GG.
All right. souL looking fairly unstoppable right now.
He
If you
is
take his
feeling
recent performance
good.
into account. Oh, ridiculous. But yeah, check out that Matcherino code. AW50 still there. Still got some left. The tournament is not over yet. So if you haven't tossed your 50 cents at the players, please do.
Yes. Please check out that Matcherino. It's not for us, it's for the players. Some
Exactly.
of you have already been very, very nice and contributed there. So yeah, go ahead and go use that code, AW50.
Can I join your chat? Oh, that's weird. It was like had the join lobby button, but if I clicked on it, it said it wasn't there.
And
it was.
Yeah, we had to
Magic.
remake. Gotta make sure there's game heart.
Ah, yes.
And the players are off into the next game.
I mean, if souL wins this is a pretty decent weekend for Terran, I gotta say.
Yeah. What else? I know.
So there was the Australia.
Starcraft. That was a great tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught any of it.
No. Did Future win it?
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
So yeah, great weekend for Terran. I mean, it was like 90% Terran in the tournament.
Yeah, there was a lot of Terran representation.
A little over exaggeration, and they were the two best players that were kind of like flown in a sense.
Yeah.
So
That's reasonable.
But yeah, in the top left-hand side of the map, he's gonna have to bring it back. It's Liquid MaNa.
And in the bottom right, again, unstoppable souL. I probably just caster cursed him.
You probably did. He's done.
I know. Why did I say that?
You have
I'm sorry, souL.
jinxed
My fault.
souL. No, I mean, we're all waiting for souL to have his big result in a tournament. And show and play like this. This could be like a preview of things to come for this guy.
I'd be down. Could use another elite Terran player from Europe. Honestly, we could just use as many elite players as we can get anywhere.
Europe has a lot of elite players.
They sure do. US needs more, I've decided.
Yeah.
We're the birthplace of Starcraft, for heaven's sakes. Harassment over. Expansion from MaNa.
The US is getting Estrella.
Yeah, and
As we
Future's
saw.
up and coming.
Yeah, Estrella, Future. A lot of other good players too. Peely's coming back.
Yeah, I like M. Canning quite a bit. Wait, you said Peely's coming back?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whether he actually will or not. He made like a bit of a tweet saying like, oh, with the WCS announcement, I was already playing a bit. Now I'm going to give it a bit more of a go. Because he was quite good for a time.
Yeah, I remember him doing really well.
Like, he was like Tango with Korean level. Never had like quite a huge success, but he was there for a time. Then he went and played Dota. Ah, such a waste.
Hate it when that happens. It is a waste. It's a waste of StarCraft talent to play a MOBA. It's different levels, man.
Canada has laughing games. Thanks, Mitsu.
Aw, that's cute.
Just you wait. I'm gonna spend the next 3 years training.
Gonna represent Canada in Nation Wars.
I don't know if I could ever win through the vote there. have to, I'll just have to put out more YouTube videos till I have enough subs, then I can just not be good at the game and then get voted in it anyway. And make heads spin.
I hate it when that happens. I'm so glad. So glad certain players did not make it into the US's team for Nation Wars this year.
Uh-huh.
Blink on the way here from MaNa. Traditional stuff.
Doing the old 3-gate blink opening. So might be a bit aggressive with this or not. We'll see. Either way, we'll probably get a third base coming up. Some Protoss players will do this build with 1 gate, some will do it with 2, some 3. There's that Widow Mine drop for souL. MaNa shouldn't really take any damage from this, as this is like the most classic drop ever, a Widow Mine drop opening.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's going to be the case, though.
That's the thing about Widow Mine drops. Like, even if you know it's
5
coming.
stalkers, these mines are done. Abandoned ship.
I mean, there you go. 1 probe. Not a total failure.
Oh my gosh. Does he make it? Is he getting out? Up.
Nope.
Oh.
Stalker anti-air way too good.
It's alright. It's good enough.
It's good enough. Good enough.
When you're 2 medivacs that you're like sending out randomly on the map for a drop or whatever, run into a bunch of stalkers, then it's way too good. Otherwise, I think it's alright.
Fine. I don't know. They're good enough that like battle cruisers aren't viable versus Protoss.
No, battle cruisers aren't viable versus Protoss because Protoss economy is nuts.
What? Like Zerg economy's not nuts?
Yeah,
What's good about like a battle cruiser opening?
There's nothing. Yeah, that's well. Yeah, stalkers are the well. It's
Stalkers.
the fact that Protoss open up blink all the time.
And Stalker's anti-air is insanely
It's
good.
just a natural counter. The issue is that there's just like recall really. And I don't know. I could go into like an hour-long tangent about how to make mechs viable versus Protoss, but everyone just needs to give up. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I mean, they're bonus versus armored, right?
Yeah.
So that helps. With the battle cruisers.
And then we had Maru in the GSL.
Yeah,
Make,
that one time.
Gimmicky, dumb Cyclone mech work for like a match. And everyone's like, see, mech is viable. And Blizzard's like, mech is viable, it doesn't need to be buffed.
And for months and months, everybody tried to be Maru.
Yeah. And until everyone finally realized that it was actually a garbage style and Maru was just really good. And it was like Groundhog Day. 6 more weeks of no good mech.
So true.
Dip. So souL with his bio now is going to be facing off against MaNa, who's on double Colossus, 3 bases. Gonna have himself a nice upgrade lead though, with his 1-1 about to finish up. Is it going to be done in time for this attack though, because MaNa is going on the offensive. The Terran player still kind of powering up as far as his overall supply goes. He's got another siege tank out to help out with this, but he definitely knows this attack is incoming. His 1-1 will be done in time for this. This is incredibly critical for the Terran. However, he does lack Vikings of any amount, so it's going to be tough. MaNa is actually just going for it. He's blinking right on in his Colossus. Charging in. SCV is being pulled, but a beautiful surround from souL. He's getting on top of the Colossus, and I think he's just going to shut this down.
Yeah, that attack is wrecked. SCV's died, but no matter. souL gets it. 3-1. souL. My jinx didn't work.
It did
He's
not.
that really unstoppable. Wolf in chat says Maru is a god. I would say Maru's recent performance indicates he is not a god.
Maru is a god sometimes, but then he's really inconsistent other times that it's incredibly annoying to be a fan of him.
It is.
Like
Terran
there's
fans
times in
everywhere.
which it's like, oh my god, Maru's so good. But he doesn't play like that all the time.
Yep.
And it's just depressing.
Let's talk about it more.
No.
I don't want to. It's kind of how I feel about Zerg players before souL came around. There were so many great Zerg players, but none of them were, like, consistent.
Yeah. souL is
then-
Mr. Consistency.
Yes, and then souL came along. It feels like Protoss has been had the most consistent players over the course of Starcraft 2. Just guys that are around all the time. You're there in every BlizzCon.
Yeah. There's always one or two excelling.
Yep. Can't
Yeah.
count them out.
That was the thing. That's the thing about souL, though. He's so good. Or his run like last year or the year before that was so good that like people were literally paying attention to like when he'd lose because it would be like never.
Yeah, because it'd be like he dropped a map. Holy smokes!
And we
Yeah.
have never had anyone be that good before.
It's true. It's true. I like your bronze portrait in Europe. That's fantastic.
Thank you. I had to.
I should do that.
I had to rank so that I could like go on ST2 ranked. I haven't done it yet, but then get my profile URL from it.
Yeah.
Because when you use the copy link in BNet, it like gives me like this super long URL that doesn't work in a browser. And to cast the ESL cups, they wanted your account links for all the regions.
Okay. So you had to get one.
Uh-huh.
So you went and just like lost 5 games in a row?
Yep. That was it.
Nice. Did you just insta quit?
Yeah.
That's funny. You should have played him just for funsies.
I don't like ping.
Fair.
In the top left-hand side of the map, it's Liquid MaNa.
Down to the south. Will he be stopped? It's souL.
It's not looking like it.
Certainly isn't. And in a matchup that people are like, Protoss is favored over Terran. I don't know, man. This souL guy has some thoughts about that.
He definitely does. The EMP change buff really, really helped.
I think so. I was a fan of it when they announced it.
Yeah. It made it so that like 1 or 2 ghosts are pretty good. Instead of you having to make like an amount of ghosts that you've lost the game by that time.
Yeah.
Feedback nerf helped a lot too. Gateway upgrade times nerf. Or the forge upgrade times nerf. Tempest's not being super strong really discourages Turtle Protoss play too.
True fact.
Which I think is probably one of the main ones.
Probably good. I think anything that discourages turtle play is good for Starcraft.
You're right. Death to the Infestor.
Yep.
No more High Templars. Get that Raven out of here.
Exactly. I like all of these plans. Can you cast a spell? Out.
I wholeheartedly agree. Oh, look at this probe gonna run in and try and go for an assassination. The SCV says no.
Reaper, save him. Hero Reaper saves the day by murdering
Staying
innocent,
back.
defenseless workers.
Was that probe really defensive?
Defenseless?
Defenseless, yeah.
Compared to the Reaper, he is.
Yeah.
He had no answer to that Reaper.
Yeah, but he's got a taser.
He does.
Imagine if there was like an upgrade. Probes get like the tasers with range.
Oh my gosh, that changed so
like,
much.
It's like a stun gun that shoots out like the cables.
So probe rushes would be in every game. Just a thought.
No. It would be an upgrade on the fleet beacon.
Oh. They should do that just for the lulz.
I'd be for it.
The Twitter comments alone
that
would be
fantastic. The cable taser range upgrade.
And every time anybody got it, it would just blow up Twitch
It would
chat.
be a meme. It would be fantastic.
I'll contact my people at Blizzard and get that done.
Yep, let's do it.
I think Blizzard should honestly do that every once in a while. Just add a total meme upgrade that does nothing to the game but gives people something to talk about.
That, I'd be fine with that.
Just make sure it doesn't wreck anything, and I don't think this would wreck anything.
I don't know. StarCraft 2 players are pretty good at, like, wrecking things.
It's true.
If there's something, like, there's a way that someone's gonna wreck it.
Yeah, I just don't see how a range upgrade for workers at Fleet Beacon level would affect anything other than making them better at fighting off 3/3 lings. Like, you know what I mean?
Imagine, like, one Protoss player just clumps up all of his workers. So then they have range and they just, like, one-shot everything.
He stacks them.
Yeah.
He just, like, one-shots Nexuses. Zap.
Yeah, just, like, 10
Takes
groups
down-
of, like, 10 grouped-up probes.
Orbital commands. Zap.
Yep. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, no, I want it. Oh, why did you make me want this? It's never happening. That'd be hilarious, though. Probe stacking would become the meta. Alright. Double Forge on the way for MaNa. Making them immortals, which are so good in every situation.
Mm-hmm. He's going double forge this game, not neglecting his upgrades. souL looking to take his third base, floating over, getting his medivacs. All is well in the world of souL. And yeah, MaNa, not rushing towards Colossus tech or anything this game. Just going for the heavy gateway upgrade style. Do you think he maybe just throws up like a Templar Archives or something? Or is he just gonna go like purely Zealots and Stalkers?
I'd like to see some Storm.
Yeah, or even just Archons, I think. Go for like a timing attack or something, because he is building up a lot of gateways. He's getting charged, getting 1-1. It's looking like a bit of a nasty timing.
Warp Prism's big deal here, too.
Medivac gets
Oh,
picked off.
gosh. That was
Marauders
nice.
in trouble.
Stalkers running for their lives, and they
they're
blink
gone.
out. Easy peasy.
Getting that medivac is nice. There we go, Zealot's being warped in. Still no further tech from MaNa, which is kinda curious. I think if souL realizes the way that MaNa's playing, he's probably just gonna want to throw up a Ghost Academy. And oh, he's actually going for a big drop right in the face of that observer.
Here we go.
Oh, and this could be real bad for souL. If these drops get found or intercepted, it's just lights out for the Terran. Meanwhile, that Warp Prism in the main base now. So many Zealots all of a sudden able to be warped in thanks to MaNa's huge capability. Wouldn't mind hits, but suddenly souL really has nothing back at home to stop these Zealots. And it's just going to be warping after warping. Where'd all those Medivacs go? Are they dead?
Guys? Medevac count.
Yep. Okay.
That answers that! Alright, hey, stoppable.
They were... Oh no, they were... Wait. Yeah, okay, they flew right over.
Ah, that'll do.
Okay.
That'll do, souL.
And that was that.
Alright, so that puts us at a 3-2 scenario. So that was
3-2.
I want to say that was an important win for MaNa.
Yeah. That could be enough to break souL's psyche.
Because being down 4-1 is much different from being down 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in every possible way in a best of situation. And yeah, like you said, just for Psyche. Just making him feel like, okay, maybe I can't just roll here. Maybe I do need to worry about some sneaky stuff this older dude has in store for me. Because
How old is MaNa? He's not even that old, is he?
MaNa is 26.
Yeah, he's not that old.
Fine. Fair enough.
You know who's surprisingly old? Bly.
Well, yeah, we talked about how he was a Warcraft 3 pro player, so gotta be old, right?
I think Bly is probably like the highest level, age-wise, Starcraft player.
He's 30. I mean, unless you count White Raw.
White Raw is not a player. He's a god. Okie dokie. He has put himself an actual point on the board. It's Liquid MaNa.
Wow. Shade. In the bottom left. It's souL.
It is true, though. I mean, his first point was a gimme from his hard work of beating Solar in the upper bracket.
So Demaga is 33, Braddock is 32, the Muslim's 29, and Stefano's 26. TLO's 27, Snoot's 28. Which is hilarious, because I think of TLO and Snoot as like the aged ambassadors of StarCraft, right?
Yeah.
And they're 27. Amazing.
You know what I just noticed? Both these guys in the finals are Polish players.
Yeah. Countrymen.
Good job, Poland.
Sure, they know each other very well.
Probably, seeing as how they keep having to play in the regional tournaments.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, out of all the regions to be in besides Korea, Poland is definitely the worst one.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
France and Germany are quite good, too.
Yes. Finland, just because souL exists.
Yeah. And before that, it was Snoot in Norway, so...
Yeah, totally.
Bunny in Denmark. Various good players from Sweden.
Oh, Bunny. Reaper says, surprise, an expansion.
Can a Reaper really surprise someone, though?
No.
The lack
Also,
of a
he is-
Reaper is more of a surprise.
It would be. Aha, juked you, silly adept. Nice try, though.
Twilight Council on the way for MaNa. You think we're going to see some DTs?
I'd love some DTs. Yes, please.
Yes, please, DTs. I just want to say, Lovely Liver in chat. His username in English or something is 175 centimeters, 90 kilograms.
I don't speak non-freedom units. How big is that?
It's pretty like average, I think.
All right, average size.
Yeah, it's just like this is me.
Nothing remarkable at all.
Yeah, his
Maybe
liver
his
condition
liver-
is also good.
Yes, it's just an
Lovely
excellent
liver.
liver condition.
Blanc on the way for the Protoss player. Robo as well. No third base just yet from souL, and he's actually got an armory, so he's doing the drilling claws shenanigans.
I mean, honestly, why not get drilling claw widow mines in every matchup all the time? They're good. I just can't think of anything your opponent can do that would be hard counter drilling claw widow mines.
No, there really isn't. There
Nope.
really isn't even a counter for widow mines.
No.
I mean, like Colossus and things, yes, but it's really just all about how you play against them, as in not running your units into them.
Yeah, exactly. The counter is play around it.
Which is such a fun thing. Oh, this drop could be getting dropped.
He is hiding the stalkers. He's like, I don't know where you are.
No,
come right on
absolutely
in.
no stalkers over here, sir.
Look at that free landing zone you have.
Yeah,
Go for
come
it.
on in. He's got a probe waving like the sticks that they have at like an airport.
Guiding him right on in.
Yep.
souL is not buying this, by the way.
No, he says, nope.
I wonder what he saw. Did he scan?
Maybe he saw the ob.
Yeah. I guess. You can see that shimmer if you're looking
Or
close
maybe
enough
he's
for
just
playing on the
waiting.
lowest graphic settings.
Or he's probably waiting for drilling claws.
Ah.
But I don't even know if these mines are going to have a chance to unload. Alright, drilling claws is
All right,
done.
drilling claws is done, and souL says, yeah, no, still no. I mean, you can see the observer, right?
Yeah.
If you're looking for it, especially on lower graphic settings, so he knows that MaNa knows he's there.
And the thing is, he's doing nothing else out on the map.
Yeah.
So this is MaNa's 100% full attention.
Because that's what it requires, is full attention.
1-1 on the way for souL. MaNa this time, instead of going for his upgrade heavy style, going for Colossus first. He does throw up 2 forges though. And souL, floating over his third, changes to the other third. This drop, still just hanging out. MaNa has got to be getting so impatient. It's like, just do it. I don't want to have to keep
Don't
my
make me
stalkers
get a
here forever.
Yeah, I don't want to make a Stargate. Knock it off.
Although if he had started one, I think it would be done by now.
True. He's not interested, though.
souL moving in with another drop. Okay. Now this is where the
Now.
fun begins. Oh, he's
Exactly.
going for it.
And accomplishes 0 things.
That was literally
Wow.
the most suspenseful.
Most suspenseful 0 payoff situation of all time.
There was no reward to that. Now this one. Drilling Clawed Mines, go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bad day for probes.
Ah,
10 probes
mean-
in all.
10
Not great, not terrible.
could have been worse.
Another wood
I
of mine
forgot.
drop
You
going
watched
in.
Chernobyl?
Pardon?
You watched Chernobyl?
Oh yeah. That's I haven't been able to stop saying that since.
I thought so. I just thought maybe you were memeing, but yeah, Chernobyl's so good. All right.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
definitely
look,
due for
doing it
another
again.
watch.
Might be the best thing I watched in 2019.
Oh, absolutely. It was incredible.
Actually, I did a list and it was on the top now that I remember. Anyway, Chernobyl, good stuff. Watch Chernobyl, everyone.
People were like kind of freaking out because there was actually like a scare with the emergency test system in Ontario.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they had like a nuclear test like radius within 10 kilometers, but it was just like a complete accident.
Ah,
So
but it
someone's
was right
gonna,
on the...
someone's gonna lose their job over that because people were like
Yeah.
freaking out because there was like no details given out as well.
Holy smokes.
And
They
they
were,
were just like,
like, this is a drill?
There was an incident, and that was all they said. But it went out to like everyone.
Jeez, that's terrible. I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
hear about that.
People were like freaking out. Which is a shame because I think like nuclear energy is definitely something that's safe
Yeah.
for the most part.
It is.
But
if
then
you do
things
it right.
like that really don't help the reputation.
No. Not at all. I am all for nuke power. Give us more.
Yep. Needs
France
a
is
rebrand.
like... France is like 80% powered by nuclear power.
Yeah, and they're
Like,
fine.
they do it. If France can do it, everyone can do it. Come on.
And so is Germany to a big extent. But like they've basically been bullied into decommissioning their plants
Yeah.
and everything, even though it's all been fine.
All right. Well, here comes Protoss. Stalker, Colossus, Zealot pushing in. souL pulling back just a little bit. Liberator, Defender mode circles showing up for area of denial purposes. MaNa says, I'm not going to go in there. Thank you very much. Let's try this way, which seems a lot less Liberator-y. And now it is. So MaNa just kind of posturing. Oh, no, he's going for it. Nope, just
Definitely not
kidding.
an army that he can go in with, I don't think.
Fainting, fainting, fainting.
Zealots in a prism. I'm gonna be tight pressed to sneak by the sensor tower. However, this is gonna be seen. And oh no, souL. I'm starting to think you definitely jinxed souL.
It happens sometimes.
It does.
MaNa doing some stuff in the main base of souL at the same time.
Yep, there's that prism. souL does know about it ahead of time though, so he's reacting. Got plenty of marauders. Killing them zealots. DTs are in there too, so he's gonna have to scan DTs in his third base as well. So he's gonna have to scan again. I don't know if he's got the energy though. Looks like the answer is a no. So these DTs
snap.
later than we initially thought, but they are here and they are messing souL up.
Nice circle of life there on the turret to keep it
Yep.
alive so it can actually construct.
SCV is worshipping that turret. It is their god, but two more DT is gonna be moving in.
This is snowballing.
Yep, this is where the
Turret. Oh, he could have got the turret.
Oh.
He had one more swipe on that turret and he backed out.
MaNa moving on in. Another Liberator setup, however, Disruptors have joined up. 19 SCVs have died. This is not comfortable for souL, however, he does actually remain up in the army supply, and he's actually just going for a huge surround. He says, here we go, and he's on top of the Protoss all of a sudden. Oh my gosh! That Protoss
rip.
army just disappeared.
And for everybody watching at home, that's how you deal with Colossus army. Surround them.
360 surround.
Zerg needs to do that, Terra needs to do that, and suddenly it's much easier to handle. That was crazy how fast everything died.
Nuts. Holy cow. Now, another DT gonna go into harass. Like, the main reason that worked out so well for souL was because MaNa was only there with a portion of his army, but now all of a sudden, we're seeing the Terran drop towards the third base. Widowmine's getting off. Probe's having to evacuate this location. However, this base could very well be going down. souL's taking his own economic damage, but he cleans up that DT. The drop is a success. And there's also an engagement going on at the front. Looks like big disruptor shots hitting the Marauders, though. It's a very effective shot there from the Protoss player. Widowmine's recharging while the Marauders are dropping once again. Probes will be getting cleaned up. Potentially this base gonna go down.
Yep, that's not a cancel.
Both players taking damage.
Yeah, souL managed to kind of claw his way back from all the damage he took early just by wiping out MaNa's army. So if you're behind in a game, wipe out your opponent's army and you can make your...
Just do it.
Pretty simple. Step one, kill everything.
I don't know why everyone doesn't do that.
Exactly.
It's one
Just
Liberator.
forget. I think in the heat of the moment, you forget about that.
Yeah, MaNa definitely was like, oh, I'm doing great, great, great. It probably never crossed his mind that souL would just run out and completely surround him. Now, all of a sudden, the Protoss player says, right, it's my time to shine. He's going to go in. souL definitely needs to repair that planetary fortress sooner rather than later. Get all the boys giving that a hug. And it looks like it will stand strong. MaNa doesn't have his 3-3 upgrades done just yet. He's also being dropped on his side of the map once more, so he really wants to make this attack happen, but Widowmine's hitting the Zealots.
Still a fair few Zealots remaining, though, and he's pursuing right now. Leaving the Colossus to handle everything else behind. Liberator is enough to set up where MaNa's pulling back a little bit here. Meanwhile, all the probes are dying.
Oh yeah, big drop going off. DT's warped in to help clean up that And they will. Zealot's also in the third base of souL, so he's really taking his own economic damage. It's going to be close. MaNa's looking for the kill move. souL's just looking to survive here. It's going to be close either way. Widowmines, though, not being detected at the minute. This Widowmine could get it shot off as MaNa blinks in aggressively. That Prism is going to go down, so no reinforcements.
This is how Colossus work when you're fighting from one direction at a time. They're much more efficient here, but the Marauders taking their time dying, getting some shots off. souL's forced to pull back. It's 29 to 24 workers right now. Both players on horrible economies.
Tons of Widowmines at this base here, getting big kills. souL has his planetary fortress. That is his rock. I'm not sure MaNa's ever going to be able to break that. Colossus goes down. That is another big victory, and souL pauses due to lag.
Wait, what? We're on your server.
I guess it's just random spikes.
Garbage. All right, fair enough, I guess. I found that alert that you were talking about for Ontario.
Oh, really?
It says, this is a province of Ontario emergency bulletin, which applies to people within 10 kilometers of the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station.
And that's
An
all
incident
it
was
says.
reported. Nope. An incident was reported at the station. There has been no, in caps, abnormal release of radioactivity from the station. People near the Pickering station do not, in caps, need to take any protective actions at this time.
That was like the follow-up one, though.
Well, I have a picture here of somebody got alert on their phone with the whole thing in one. So I don't know if it was a different situation for different people. Anyway, yeah. Regardless, that's hilarious.
Yeah. souL waiting for the lag to dissipate.
Okay.
Looking at the unit count, it's actually quite amusing because souL, he's got pretty even supply, but 6 of that is Medivac, or a good chunk of that is Medivacs.
Right, so it's not really army.
No. Okay, it looks like souL is ready, and away they are. DTs at this planetary fortress can add a lot of damage in there. They're actually going to turn into Archons, so MaNa is just going to go here. souL going for a counterattack, however, I feel like he'd be better off defending. He's not going to be in position to make that happen, though. Got a few units popping out. Looks like he is going to pull everything back to engage this army. Liberator's going to set up, try and zone this army out. Stalkers blink underneath. The Marauders charging forward, going to try and get the Colossus. Looks like they nab it. A scan as well to hit the DTs. Is souL going to be able to take this game?
DT's not doing well. They're gone now. Chasing the down. Marauders answering everything on the ground from MaNa's army right now. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, souL lost the 1 orbital, however, he still is on 3 bases. MaNa's trying to resaturate himself, so both these guys on very low economic positions, and oh my gosh, souL loses a full medivac. Oh, disaster strikes the Terran player.
Wow, there were like 6 empty medivacs, and one of the full ones goes down. Woo!
Picking the injured medivac really kicks him there. Never load up the injured medivac, guys. And the observer for MaNa, allowing that to be spotted. All the observers for MaNa. Worth their weight in gold. Oh, this one's been spotted too. Oh, souL having a real bad time. Losing unit after unit to those failed drops. Clearly there's an observer overhead. Main base for souL floats over. Scans to get one of these observers. He's now going to look for a Widowmine drop. However, there is 2 more observers in position. MaNa sees all. Okay. souL, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it. Just stop trying to draw.
Oh my gosh.
MaNa has
And the
nothing else to divert his attention to other than shutting down your drops.
So
This is sad because this was his game. Wow, this is one speedy observer too. Zoom.
speed upgrade is a big deal for observers.
It is.
Like for some units, you get speed, and you're like, okay, that's fine. But observers are like, zoom.
Yeah, gas, gas, gas. Another observer is overhead. Stop it! Just stop it, souL.
Okay, he did. He's like, all right, fine. Jeez.
Just stop it, by all that is holy. And now that he's thrown away so many units, he doesn't really have enough to contend with multiple Colossus again. Oh no, souL. Okay, that one makes it by. Oh boy.
For now.
For now, ... souL probably gonna wait for another boost before he goes in with that one. As he's pulling back his units, he's scanning again. Curious. He has a DT harassing his base. He's going in with a counter Widowmine drop. Let's see what the connections are. Looks like it's gonna be good. 8 probes in all. Alright.
Indeed.
MaNa
Cannon
coming in
kills
for an attack, maybe?
Posturing, trying to find something.
Mm-hmm. So many observers for MaNa. Alright, in comes the Protoss player heading towards the natural of the Terran. He's got the huge zoning potential, and souL actually loads up into his main base, but he's now locked in thanks to these sentries. Command center's under fire, it needs to be repaired. Marauders firing a lot of shots off. There's actually just so many Marauders here for souL. He also gets more probes with that drop, 16 in all. So MaNa's hand is kind of forced. SCV is being ground up by the +3 Colossus, though.
Wow.
Not being saved by that planetary, dealing massive economic damage. souL has to wait to be freed from his own main base. He's potentially going to lose this base here that's not being
For
repaired.
sure.
This is looking good for MaNa.
Marauders are a good answer to this, but they can't get through the force field.
They can't. If souL can take a big fight, he's looking for a good surround once more. Does MaNa just recall here? He's going for good force fields. The Marauders not focusing down the Colossus, but there is a lot of Terran here. Like, the unit standing strong for MaNa. The Terran is still coming forward. There's the recall.
Oh, gosh.
One Colossus goes down.
Yeah, these Marauders are out.
Wait a
for
second.
blood for Stalkers and Colossus.
souL doesn't have... Okay, he's got one orbital. Where is it?
He's flying it in from the main?
Oh,
Flying it in from wherever it was before, the
DTs are
natural,
a
I guess.
serious threat here for souL. He's lost all of his bases, really.
Protection not really available all that much.
No, it is not. And I mean, souL could potentially just charge on in here if he had scans. Widowmine goes off, kills off a couple of probes. There's even a disruptor out from MaNa. This is so smart. souL out on the map, looking for whatever he can get. But he's taken so much damage already.
Yeah, Terran's not dead till they're dead.
When there's DTs out, and you're
That's a
on one
problem.
orbital, you're dead.
When there's DTs roaming around your existing economy, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Ooh,
on
uses
this
the
last
scan
one, that's
on the other
final
side.
Scan's really going down for souL. He's gonna
Oh,
go for a bit of a
gosh.
YOLO, but yeah, he's just trapped.
Nope.
Rocking a hard place. Oh no, that's gonna burn down. That's it. souL's
You
done.
can't. Yep, no saving it.
No scans. No chance of winning this game. He can go for one final fight, but this Protoss army is significant enough that it's going to be quarter past not happening. Looks like he almost gets one of the Colossus, and then he's probably going to GG. MaNa ties it up.
Well, the jinx is in effect. It's time to
This
reverse the
tournament
jinx.
is having some awesome games of StarCraft 2.
Incredible. Coming down to the wire stuff, upsets all over the place. Comebacks, clawbacks, whatever you want to call this from MaNa. He was in a hole. The only thing keeping him alive was his advantage from his previous performance in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he did beat souL in the top bracket, so that's what the advantage is. That's where it came from. But man alive. He's tied it up. He's tied it up really well. Looked fantastic in all of these games. And it hasn't been a crushing necessarily. One of them was, but that last game was fight and scratch and claw. The DTs were a inspired choice. Used them to their full advantage and got that win. Tied it up.
Mm-hmm. Mitsuo says, if souL chokes, I'm changing to Protoss. As someone who tried that, it's fun, but you eventually do hit a wall, which you can't just cruise off Protoss being good. In the bottom left-hand side of the map, representing Team Liquid, he tied it up. He's the Protoss player in the bottom left, Liquid MaNa.
And in the top right, we have a Blue Terran player, a fellow countryman of souL.
Both these guys fighting for the big bucks. Fighting for the pride of winning in Afreeca World. I'm not sure if MaNa has ever won one before. It's actually a good question to ask. Let's check this out. MaNa has not won an Afreeca World yet. He hasn't even come in second. Yet he's played in a fair few. He's played in 4. This is his 5th. 5th time's the charm for MaNa. Potentially. He's at least made it to the finals of this one, so having a good result in the tournament. Cybercore before Nexus for the Protoss player. And looks like this map is Zen, which just is the worst, really. Having to deal with funky walls like this, I can't do it.
LaughNgamez is out.
Yep.
You hear me? Out.
I vetoed it. I'll admit it. I very rarely veto maps. But just the fact that there's like this odd ramp here, and then just this odd mineral path in the center, I'm just like, no thanks. Not for me. I'll watch other people play on it like we're doing right now. souL and MaNa doing their mind game thing in which the probe's like, is the Reaper moving out? Is it? Two Hellions out for the Terran player. Followed up with a couple of Widow Mines for a drop. Gonna be facing off versus Resonating Glaive Adepts from MaNa.
What year is it?
2015, 2016, if you ask the Protoss.
So what this currently does is, after a shade completes...
Oh no, it got reverted, didn't it?
Did it? It's been bounced all over the place. Hold on.
I thought it got changed back. Maybe I'm mistaken. I think it did.
When? Grief. Alright.
Hellion's gonna race car in as souL sees that there's 5 Adepts, so he's gonna know what he's facing up against. The Hellions are gonna cook up 3 probes and then get iced.
December 17th. Reverted.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I thought that, like, what did the upgrade do before it got reverted?
It did a crazy thing where, like, after the transfer finished, It, yeah, after you complete a psionic transfer, it increases the attack speed of adepts by 60% for 6 seconds.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. Didn't they also get in that patch like a health buff or shield buff too, though?
Nope.
Okay, because that was floated to do that.
Yeah.
SCV is getting absolutely demolished. Viking lands to help out Siege Tank doing its work. Widow Mines are going to be getting dropped again for a round 2. MaNa has to pull the probes. The mine's not quite off cooldown. One Widow Mine reburrowing. souL hanging on for now. Keeping the Adepts out of his base. And while MaNa is defending versus his harassment seemingly better, he's taken less damage. He's also the player who committed more to this. Like, at the end of the day, he is a Protoss with Resonating Glaive Adepts, whereas souL is a Terran with a bit of a mixed bag, but the mixed bag lasts a lot longer.
Yeah. Starcraft is not one of those games where just massing a single unit will win you games.
I play Terran, so I make a lot of Marines, but yeah.
I know, but you have Medivacs with them, yo.
Yeah, I agree.
Mass Marine is not that great.
The Siege Tank's in trouble. SCV is going to try and repair it via a hero, but the tank does go down. 8 SCVs dying. 10, 11 SCVs dying as the Prism gets more into the main base of the Protoss. A recall goes down to try and save that Prism, and they successfully do. souL's taken quite a bit of a beating now. Having a tough time securing his bases. Widow Mine drop, goes back in, gets 8 probes. So, returns the favor damage-wise.
souL's down on workers, but mules make it so the economies are fairly even at this stage.
And then the siege tanks are pretty good versus adepts. So is souL just gonna push out, maybe? It's tough to say.
He's doing it, for sure. Skinny people go through that way. Fatties around the long way.
Discrimination.
It is. Literally. Fitzwolf says, if you produce enough Marines and throw them at the problem, it's an easy win is all
I mean, I'm inclined to agree.
To a certain level, fine.
Discrimination once more.
Yes.
As the siege tanks gotta go the long way around. In comes the Terran, though. The Protoss player wants to jump ahead on this, but there's actually no observer for the Protoss. Oh, yes, there is. Pardon me. It's just a little bit to the right. Bunker's getting tossed on up. The siege tank's gonna siege. A beautiful bunker wall for souL.
Oh, he knows how to do walls.
This is really gonna help souL out. Looks like MaNa gonna try and drop on behind this, and he's actually just engaging this now before the bunkers get up. The Zealots that are slow have to funnel the long way around. Immortal has been dropped on top. This Banshee's firing away. The Marine's gonna now start kiting away from the Zealots. Looks like they
Banshee's helping
win out.
Bunker's gonna finish. I mean, it's not tank bunker, but it's still bunker.
That other bunker could be finished up. There's an SCV still around. Observer gets shot down. So there's actually nothing to detect the Banshees. I'd like to see that other bunker get completed.
I like to see that Banshee do stuff. That detection's gone. Move in.
Yeah. That one gets picked off. No detection for the other one. But yeah, these bunkers, given the Protoss a bit of grief, the Banshee working away on the probes. Viking's also going to be able to land at its DPS while this bunker's getting repaired. Probes dying on the other side of the map, though, as Adepts transfer in, and souL down to 30 workers once more. Trying to make this attack work. Another tank rolling up is really going to help him out. Meanwhile, this bunker slowly regaining HP thanks to this one hero SCV. Probe's getting pulled into this. MaNa knows it's now or never, do or die. 11 have died. The 2 bunkers still standing. The tank will get focused down. The Protoss has taken a lot of losses here, though, but it will be cleaned on up.
He does clean the Terran off its front porch.
souL gets repelled once more. Tank's really not happy about that discrimination right now, as the Zealots are going to be able to catch it. And it has to run right by the Immortal. Double Tank setting on up for the Protoss, or for the Terran though. He's got a Banshee here to help out. MaNa's going to try and get right on top of this. Looks like the tanks could be focused down, but I think the bunker will hold on. And Immortal's going to get focused down.
Maybe? Maybe the Immortal won't get... There we go. It was on one hit to dead for a while. But he's finally out, because he is slow.
Yes. souL is
Lags
getting
behind.
up to a 3rd CC. He's got up another bunker. Looks like MaNa might try and go in once again. That one Marine, 2nd Marine, gonna get that. Another Banshee on the way, so getting that's actually a big deal. There's another Observer, though. Full wall off, being sealed in. Oh, that eBay could get cancelled, though. So, abandons that wall. Gets the other Observer, which is nice. Is this game normalizing?
I kind of feel like it is. I was going to say something like that. For all the craziness we've seen so far, it's just... everything's pretty even. We're on similar base counts. Everyone's on their side of the map. Like... yeah, it's really normal for what we saw in the first 10 minutes.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes that's what happens, though. And the craziness maths out to the same.
souL is going to want to secure up his 3rd base. Probably wants to build some bunkers there, if I had to say so, because his force still isn't that large, and he could be vulnerable once more. No bunkers, though. Very, very bold of the Terran player. And as a matter of fact, he's just going to go for this Robo. Will he get the Pylon? MaNa kind of bluffing, in a sense, warping in just 4 Zealots to defend that. But it is enough to force souL back, and here comes the rest of the Protoss. I said souL needs some more bunkers here, and they're kind of... this one bunker, I don't know if it's enough, and it's probably going to be kind of late, because the Protoss is coming in now. Siege tanks are there, but the Phoenix lifting up the tanks. MaNa's looking pretty good right now to clean out this Terran army. souL doesn't have stim, he doesn't have +1, so he's going to have to run his SCVs and abandon this base once more.
And MaNa's 3rd is happily churning away.
I don't know if it's super happy, thanks to this one Banshee.
Oh, there's a Banshee. Not happy at all.
Not happy.
Not happy.
That's actually quite nice for souL, evening up the worker count, since he did get forced off that 3rd base for the first time. Oh, stim drop. Okay, that was sudden. I did not expect that. The recall has already been used, I believe, for MaNa. Yeah, that is on cooldown. Natural Nexus gonna get focused down, and it is gone. Phoenix under fire as well. MaNa losing a ton of probes.
Ton of probes.
That was a potential game-winning move for souL right there.
Both players have lost a ton of workers in the recent minutes here. That medevac is basically full and dead. That
What a
sucks.
legend. Legendary Phoenix.
Couldn't unload fast enough.
souL beginning this dropping stage, but he does need to be careful. I mean, he's got the stimmed bio as an option for him, whereas MaNa's really more on a timer with his unit composition, so he needs to be careful not to just overcommit and leave himself vulnerable to an attack, and that's exactly what's going to happen right now. MaNa's going to move on in, and all souL really needs to do is hold on here. Widow Mine's going off, a lot of friendly fire though. Other mines reburrowing, SCV is being pulled into this. souL knows how important it is to hold on because he's got just a lethal drop on the other side of the map. Meanwhile, just 2 Marines moving towards the 3rd base, gonna wreak havoc there. And the main base.
Yeah, probe count death steadily increasing as Marines are finding more of them to kill. Yeah, this might be it right here. We're looking at a lot of probe death, and there's your good game. souL is 1 game away from completing this thing, getting the win in this best of 9.
Mm-hmm.
GG souL. Ridiculous. Ridiculous game. I mean, the back and forth, the number of workers died, the positioning, everything about it was fantastic. These guys are giving us some great Starcraft, and you can throw them 50 cents if you enjoy it just by going to the Match Arena link up top and doing code AW50. It's not too late. It is not too late to contribute to that prize pool. One of these players is getting a bigger piece of it, but both players will benefit from how big the prize pool is. So give it a shot. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and we will too. So it looks like we are... Wait.
Nope, that's not okay.
Yeah, we just did Eternal Empire.
No, this is, no, this is alright, I think. Let me double check.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have to replay some of the maps.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, Eternal was the second map we played.
Okay.
So it is time to redo this.
All right.
Just waiting for all the players to be ready. As this has gone to map number 8. All right. Into what could be the final map of this tournament of Afreeca World number 50. In the top right-hand side of the map, he's souL, the Polish Terran.
And in the bottom left, they probably live next door to each other. It's MaNa.
I don't know about that.
It's just like all Americans know each other, right?
Is that a thing? All Americans know each other?
That's in where you travel. You get that a lot.
All Canadians
Oh,
know
I've got
each
a
other. I
friend,
know
Johnny.
that's one.
I've got a friend. He lives in Nebraska. Do you know him? No. No, I do
There's
not.
300 million Americans, though.
Yes.
America is a big place.
Real big. Poland is smaller, but not that small.
No, it's got like, I don't know. I want to say like somewhere between 30 and 60 million people. I'm going to say 30.
For Poland?
29.7 million people is my guess.
All right. And the answer is 37.9.
Darn.
Yeah, within the ballpark, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's 312,000 square kilometers.
Not a small place.
Not a small place, but compared to Canada and the U.S., it is pretty small. Of course, all of Europe is that way,
Yeah, like you can put those in like 1 or 2 states or provinces.
Yeah.
All of Europe.
Yeah. Europeans are like, I'm going to go on vacation 3 different countries this week. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's really frustrating. I have a cousin who's like, oh yeah, for 100 pounds or whatever, which is like 150 USD or whatever,
Yeah.
goes to Belgium for like 2 nights, flies there, stays there 2 nights for $150. It's like, that's not fair.
Nope.
If I want to leave my province by plane, it's like easily like probably like $500 or something.
Well, unless you go south and leave your province.
Yeah, that's to America though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Same thing.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta drive or
It goes
take
to
a
a
ferry.
different country.
You gotta take a ferry from where I am though.
You can't fly to Seattle?
You can. That's a couple $100 though, probably.
All right.
Yeah. Planes in Canada are so expensive, it's extreme.
I mean, distances are ridiculous is the
I
problem.
will be thinking about that as I decide what StarCraft events I'm going to attend. I think I'm going to aim for Montreal this year. That is the goal.
All right, so what's MaNa's mindset here? Where are we? If we lose this, we're done. That's not good.
No.
You think he thinks about that? You think it changes his play style at all? Or he just plays normal?
He has already played 6 PVTs. I don't know if I think he's just picking something at random to do, regardless.
Alright.
Like, I think by map number 8, you don't have a specific build planned out. You're just picking whatever you're comfortable with.
He just has a box of strategies he pulls out.
In his head. He's like, well, I've already done this one twice, so I should probably do this other one. And it's, yeah, it's got to just be random. You pick whatever you're comfortable with. Let me tell you, I'm playing in the NA Contender.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I wish I had more than 2 builds.
It'd be real handy.
It would. Oh, this is not good for MaNa.
It's not a good start, that's for sure.
Hellion's going to be cooking up some probes. Fortunately, the Oracle does actually help out. So it's only 6 probes that die.
6 instead of the 10 that we've seen in previous.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Viking for souL is going to be heading back to help defend. As the Oracle is flying across the map with a Fury, fueled by the rage of MaNa for all those dead probes. The Vikings do miss the Oracle, though. Uh-oh. In goes the Oracle. However, the Vikings kind of catching the Oracle could potentially kill it. The Marines... Ooh, getting a little injured there. Looks like MaNa gonna throw up a 3rd Nexus. But souL is currently just 1-1-1-ing, and oh no, this is not what MaNa needed. He's gonna have to defend this. This attack is gonna hit before Blink is done, I believe. The Vikings gotta be careful, though. That is no good if the Vikings get caught.
1 down.
Siege tanks hit the Stalkers a little bit. This is still gonna be painful here for MaNa, I feel. I mean, still crossing the map with siege tanks.
Yeah, he's looking pretty aggressive. He has been revelated. Thing.
Okay. souL has the medivac so he can juggle these units. MaNa's going to jump right on top of this. Siege tank's doing whatever they can while the Viking Marines
juggling
out as much work as they can. The medivac's gone, but there's simply a lot of Terran here still. MaNa has to back up. He's going to have to reassess and try and handle this with another attack.
souL's micro there was insane. Nice blink, though, by MaNa right on top of the tank, wiping it out, taking shots in the blue Stalker in the process. And the landed Vikings with their bonus to mechanical doing serious work here. Tank sets up away from the Stalker. The Stalkers can't engage, especially because they're so low on HP. This 3rd base, I don't know if it's going to go down, but it is seriously being threatened right now. There are more Terran units? Where are they? I think you have reinforcements by now. Kind of. 2 Marines, I guess. Oh my gosh, he can't let this die. MaNa, no. He's gotta go. He's gotta blink on that tank at least. He's not gonna do it. Hang on. Oh, got it. Got the tank. Marines down, but it's too late. 3rd base out.
A little bit too late. souL following this up with a Banshee as well. When there isn't even an observer out on the map. There's a robo, but no observer has been made yet. MaNa was not focused on that. And now he's going to be looking for a counterattack. But he could be about to take a whole lot of damage from the Banshee.
Rip probes? I mean, MaNa's on the other side of the map doing some work. But he's also losing his economy back home, so that's not ideal. Their probes aren't running is a problem here. Eventually, though, Stalker wins, because Stalker anti-air good. Stalker's getting as much damage and as much value as they can, but dead. And Warp Prism evacuates with a couple units in the end of the day. 9 SCVs went down there, but a bunch of pros have died too, so we're at 53 to 53 workers exactly. Which again, with mules, does put souL ahead in economy a little bit here. Colossus production has begun for MaNa. Concussive Shell on the way from souL. And working on the 1-1 for his bio.
Yeah, we see souL. He's got his stim bio, and MaNa doesn't really have a lot.
Banshee does not get out alive after the destruction that she caused. Both players third base in it here. souL's income looking pretty healthy overall. Zealots warping in. Again, essential versus this Terran army. And a fourth base on the way from souL now. All right. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, I kind
Got
of
a bit of map control here.
I kind of just expected souL just to charge on in and try and end the game. But the fourth base is a really mature decision. souL able to take down MaNa's third Nexus.
Again, it's not looking good for MaNa. Stutter
Oh,
stepping
souL
forward.
stims
Good
in.
game.